Live. Okay. So we're here live in Dallas, Fort Worth with one of my ex-students. Well, he's still a student. He's still learning.
Right.
Tell us your name.
My name is Douglas Ruff. I'm the proud owner of Say Home Hotline. If you ever seen my bandit signs or if you ever received one of my letters or postcards, I'm the owner behind the marketing. I'm the decision maker. If you're thinking about selling your home in the near future or you just want someone to evaluate your home and make you a fair offer, then I'm the guy you can call and you can trust and like.
Okay, so Doug, we met about, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yes, ma'am. We met, at the time being 4 years ago, I had a strong desire, to be a successful wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
My problem was that I had no experience. I was very shy. I didn't know how to talk to people, and what Ms. Gaines taught me was how to become personable, how to be that person that people can like and trust as long as I go out there and put the work into it. Did it happen overnight? Of course not. It was a long process of practice. I remember one time when I went to Ms. Gaines' home and we worked on doing numbers because I'm very dyslexic, and she sat down with me and we rehearsed over 100 times of sitting down doing numbers, and I got yelled at and cussed at, but I mean it was all worth it at the end of the day because now I'm the guy that everybody knows who is honest and ethical and someone they can trust.
Okay, so that mommy beat down worked, huh?
Of course it did. Of course it did. You got to, especially in this business or in the housing business, because I deal with a lot of attitudes. I deal with different people and personalities, and a lot of my clients that I deal with are in denial about their situation. And my responsibility is to guide them and walk them through the process of selling their home. And that's another thing Ms. Gaines taught me. Just not make a quick sale off of somebody. Learn how to be personal and how to connect with them on a level of trust and like.
Okay. So I understand that you recently completed 3 big deals.
Of course.
So tell us about the first one.
Well, a little bit about me and how we work and how I do things is that I have certain areas in the Dallas Metroplex. All are zip codes that I target and find my clients. And how I found my first client, where I made $8,000, was I was in the neighborhood and a certain home was burnt down. It needed a total rehab job. That's what we call it in housing, rehab jobs. I was able to get in contact with the neighbor, and she explained to me that the woman, sadly but surely, she moved to DeSoto, Texas, and that was her home that burned down. I got in contact with the homeowner. We created a win-win situation where my team and I was able to get her wants and needs, and at the same time, my investors were able to rehab the property and put a new family in the home. That way, on the holidays, the home wouldn't sit empty no longer. And on top of that, with the home fully rehabbed, the property values of the surrounding homes went up as well.
Went up. Well, that was great. Now tell us about your second deal.
Well, the second deal was a situation where the guy was in tax trouble.
Okay.
And with me, I'm very, from the training that Ms. Gaines gave to me, I was able to, what we do is just call him over the phone directly. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, he was a little upset and mad because he didn't want his personal information out there, but I explained to him that his information was available online at the Dallas, county clerk's office. Mm-hmm. Once I got in contact with him, he owed a lot of money in taxes.
Okay.
At the same time, we was able to get him out of his situation and also give him additional cash. Now, when I say we, I'm talking about my team of investors,
right,
my team of my title company. Everybody's involved in this. And once we got him out of his situation, we were able to sell the home to one of my investors, and it fit his criteria, and we made money off of it.
And how much did you make on that deal?
On that one, it was $10,000.
$10,000.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And then your third deal, your big whopper that you were telling me about.
Ooh, wow.
I'm so excited about that one.
This was a working art. I'm not gonna lie. It was
It was hard work.
It was hard work because what I do is different. A lot of and people that do what I do, wholesaling,
Right.
they like sending out the postcards. They're all saying the same thing, the same message. I channel the market and start cold calling.
Okay.
And I cold called this guy this woman who was in foreclosure. She was going to lose her home on a Tuesday.
Oh, and what day did you find it?
This was on a Saturday. And it
Ooh,
was
before the Tuesday?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
So and this is the thing about it, and this is where you have to be creative if you're starting out. The home was worth $100,000. She owed $120,000 on the home.
Ooh, upside down.
Yes, ma'am. And the $120,000 came from she had a second mortgage on the home.
Okay.
So altogether, it was $120,000. So what we were able to do was stop the foreclosure. We negotiated the second mortgage down. And we offered the bank to give them $1,500. Why? Because if the home went into foreclosure, the second mortgage would have got nothing.
True.
So once we structured that, she had equity in the home to where we were able to get her out of her situation, and we were able to capitalize that. And another investor came in and did what we call in real estate. He took over her mortgage.
Okay.
And he put a new tenant in the property. Now, I know a lot of new people out there saying, "Ooh, that sounds risky. That sounds scary." No, it's not.
Because you had help.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. As long as I have help, and the biggest help was Miss Gaines. You know, she, like I said, she developed the mindset of you got to take action now. You can't wait. Because if you wait, you're not gonna make your money, and you ain't gonna help these people out. Okay. And because of what my team was able to do for this woman, she referred us to her friend who was losing her home.
Really?
And that was where the fourth deal came from. And it's to the point now to where my team and majority of our good leads come off referrals. And like I said, it all comes back to Miss Gaines. And the thing about it is she's very tough, but I believe that with a tough mentor, success is definitely happening. It's not easy. It's not, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be doing it.
Absolutely.
And I want to mention this to anybody who wants to start out doing this. If you have anybody out there who's negative, who says bad things, who throws insults after insults at you, I suggest you get them out of your life immediately. Or at least for 30 days.
Toxic people.
Yeah, toxic people.
Toxic people. Got to get rid of them. Sometimes you got to get rid of all your friends while you're doing real estate.
And that's what I had to do. I had to not necessarily isolate myself from everybody, but I had to change my way of thinking. Because what Miss Gaines teaches is not what taught in colleges. It's not taught in your ordinary classroom. You're going against the norm. And the biggest enemy that you have is yourself. Okay. With all the negative talk and all that. And this is another thing I want to tell people. This is a business. It's not a hobby.
Right.
For example, if you started a restaurant business, ask anybody who opened a restaurant, they didn't make all their money back in 1 month. It took time. With me, I had to fail over and over and over and over again. Even with Miss Gaines by my side, I kept failing over and over and over again. Now, did I blame her? Of course not. I knew it was my responsibility to succeed. And I did, with everything she told me to do, with all the reading that particular place. And that was another thing. I had to read more. I had to stop watching TV. I had to wake up a little bit more earlier. I had to realize that in order for me to become successful, I have to solve my own problems in my own life.
Right.
And once I told myself I'm responsible, then I said, okay, I can go out there and help other people out with their problems and their issues.
And that's when you start being successful.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're on deal number what now? About
I can't even keep count.
Deal number 22 or something like that?
I can't even keep count. It's to the point now I want to hire people, but I'm a little
reluctant.
I'm a little reluctant because a lot of people talk about they want to be successful, especially in this business. And never take not one action step because they have this mentality, oh, what if I fail? But you have to fail. You have to. And the reason why you have to fail is because in life, whatever you want in life, it takes time. I was reading, a story about what's called a Chinese bamboo tree, where It was a farmer who had a seed, a bamboo seed, and he watered it every day for 4 years straight, and nothing happened. And for the 5th year, out of the 5th week, after watering the seed every single day, it grew, well, I think 5 feet or 5 feet. 5 feet. Now, the reason I bring that story up, because every single day I would read. I had a routine, a habit of reading every single day. I would take the information Ms. Gaines gave me, I would multiply that with the reading that I did, and I combined both of those, and I created a business. And it's going to take more than just relying on Ms. Gaines. It's going to take you to do things that you feel uncomfortable with.
Very uncomfortable. I talk to students about that all the time. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yes, that's a big thing. Because like with me, it's to the point now, I channel the market differently. I'm very independent. I'm an independent owner. What I do is way different than what you may read or what you may go hear in any real estate seminar or anything like that. And it's not taking back anybody else. I'm not doing that. What I mean when I say that is I go in the neighborhood of my zip code, and I walk around and I build trust and like with everybody in the neighborhood and let people know who I am. Because the more they know me in those zip codes in that neighborhood, the more they're willing to do business with me. Because in the back of these homeowners' minds, I deal with a lot of elderly people. Right. And what they believe in the back of their mind, but kid you not, even if they're in hot water, they believe that I'm out there trying to take their home.
Okay.
I'm out there trying to rip them out and things like of that nature. So I have to wash away that belief. And the only way I can do that is go in these neighborhoods and talk to everybody I can possibly can. Because the neighbor across the street is going to tell the neighbor across the other street and neighbor. And how I know this, because when I started doing that, one of the neighbors called the police on me because I was looking at a vacant home.
Really?
And I was taking pictures. And the reason I was taking pictures is because I was evaluating the home. And I parked right in front of the house, and I'm doing all this, looking inside, and they think I'm trying to burglarize the home. And after I talked to the police officer, and after I start coming around more and more in the neighborhood, then the homeowner who actually called the police on me admitted she did do it, and she gave me the information of the homeowner who owned the vacant home, and I was able to get in contact with the woman, and because of the trust and like I had with the neighbor, I was able to help this lady out in her situation more easily than if I went out there and tried to send a postcard to her. She calling me off of a postcard. So that's what I say, when you have to be different, you have to do things different. And the neighborhoods that I necessarily target aren't the most beautiful neighborhoods in the world. Okay. They are neighborhoods that not necessarily are ran down, that are in the position of being rebuilt. Okay. So they need people like me in these neighborhoods.
Absolutely. So you're supplying a service to the community.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, I am so proud of you. I remember when you first started with me about 3 or 4 years ago, you were very, very timid, if that's a word to use. You were very, very shy. We used to go out and put our bandit signs together, and we used to do the drill with the numbers, the 70 cents on the dollar and all that, and we used to practice. And I'm just so proud of you that you got back in touch with me, and like you're doing deals like crazy now, and you are definitely one of my success stories. So who was your mentor? Who?
Ms. Gaines.
The wholesale
diva.
There you go. Okay.
And she taught a man to do it.
Absolutely. Young brother.
Yeah, young brother. I say that because as men, I would say that, especially in this business, we like to stick our chest out. Well, she know that. I know it, you know. And I'll never forget the first time I met Ms. Gaines. She put me on the spot and she embarrassed me in front of a crowd of people. And did I get offended? Of course not. I said, she knows more than me, so I need to start hanging around with her, because she pulled my card in front of everybody. You know, so I say that to say you can't be embarrassed to be embarrassed. Sometimes you have to struggle in order to get what you want. You know, so that's the biggest thing.
And we hung together for about a year.
Of course.
We were doing,
Of course.
Well, that's great. So would you recommend her mentoring program? You definitely want to let people know they better have strong, thick skin.
Oh, yeah, they better have.
She's not no easy mama bear.
Oh, of course not. Of course she's not. And the reason she's not, because these homeowners not.
Right.
Because
and these investors are not.
Yeah, exactly.
You jumping in the deep water with the
shark.
shark.
You said, yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna let you know this right now. These investors can smell somebody new from a mile away. It's like as if a shark smelling blood.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what you're doing, they'll take advantage of you just like that.
Eat you up.
And just eat you. Like with me, I don't play games.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my investors, they know I don't play, and they know they don't play. I say, listen, look, you got literally 5 hours to tell me what drive past this address. Tell me what you think.
Right.
You got 5 hours.
After that, it goes out to the general public.
Yeah, it goes out
Absolutely.
to the exactly.
Well,
And I couldn't develop that type of thick skin if it wasn't for Miss Gaines, you know. And when I'm in these appointments, I'm not just talking to one person. I'm talking to the whole family.
Absolutely.
Because they last thing these, especially the aunt, the niece, they don't want grandmama get taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta build a trust with all 5 people
in the house.
And I can't be doing that if I'm not a figure of authority, if I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And being with Miss Gaines, she made me more sharper, my skills more sharper to where I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna not go too far, but I'm so good at what I do that I sit back and I wait for someone to say your price is too low. I want to think about it. I ain't going. Now, if I can't sell at that price, I ain't gonna sell it to you at all. When they say that, my brain starts to work. Click.
Okay.
And I start getting.
That's when you go into negotiation mode.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But we don't want to tell them too much.
We don't want to tell too much. We don't want to tell too much.
You gotta
learn that from the trainer. You know, but it's worth every penny. You know,
Absolutely.
But you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And I know some people out there say, "Oh, that might be a little too pricey," but the reason it is because you're paying a professional her time. Her time is valuable. And if you want to sit here and say, "Oh, you know, she's just trying to take my money," then you know this ain't for you. Go do something else.
Right.
Go work at 7-Eleven. They hiring people. You know what I mean? Like, go figure something else out.
Go work at a restaurant.
But if you really want it, and if you gonna figure a way.
You're a full-time investor now. This is what you do every day for a living.
Exactly.
You're on grind mode.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, I still have time to do the things that I like and want. And even as a full-time investor, it's very difficult because I live in the Dallas market, and Dallas market is extremely hot,
competitive,
very, very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's different for me than everybody else is that I am authority figure. I'm sharp as a tack, and I'm enthusiastic as hell, and that lets everybody know who I do business with that I'm a person worth listening to.
There you go.
And I only could have learned that with Miss Gaines. Point blank period.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the testimonial. And if anybody's interested in taking my program, this is The Wholesale Diva. And you can reach me at 972-379-9052. Any last words, Doug?
Yeah.
For newbies out there that say they want to get in the game, claim they're serious, and they really want to become a real estate investor and make $8,000, $9,000, and $15,000 on a deal.
Your first thing is you have to change your thought patterns and way of thinking. Because success starts in the mind.
Okay,
it starts in the mind.
What would be the second
Number
thing?
two is don't look at your problems and look at what's causing you to struggle in life. Look at the solution. Because like you said, where energy goes, focus flows.
Focus flows. Number 3?
I would tell anybody, you better start reading. You better, stop watching the TV, stop getting on Instagram. Whatever you're doing that's not driving you for a better day, stop it.
And give us one positive person that you watch or listen to on YouTube.
Okay. I mean, I got a lot.
Just give us one.
Just one?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure the iBook is in mind. Les Brown.
Okay. It's one of my favorites too. So if you listen to him every day, he'll stay in your ear, in your heart, and get you motivated and get you up. Because Les is a fireball.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to say out there is that with me when I was in a struggling mode, that's when I went into grind mode. Young people talk. But what made me different than everybody else was when I got in my car, instead of listening to the radio or listening to the new whoever CD or mixtape came out, I would put in the Les Brown, and I would just ride around the city of Dallas all day, every day, all day, for 8 hours, every day, all day. And literally one day, I'm not gonna lie, I just broke down into tears, and because I knew that time that my life was about to change for the better. Even though I was still struggling and still going through my hard times, I knew times was about to change because my mindset changed. And once that changed, things started to change for me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Doug. You're the bomb, and we are happy that you're successful. You're doing it out here in the DF Dub. Yeah, one of my protege students that started with me a couple of years ago, and he is super successful now. And this is Doug signing out.